Hi everybody, welcome to this Wall Street News. According to the National Federation of Independent Business, the NFIB Small Business Optimism Index fell slightly from 98.8 in May to 98.6 in June. Then Niles, the founder of Niles Investment Management, had an interview with CNBC on Wednesday and he said he remains bullish on the Nvidia stock. According to the U.S. Department of Labor, the number of Americans claiming unemployment benefits decreased from 232,000 to 227,000 in the week ended July 5th. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company Limited announced Thursday that its monthly revenue dropped 17.7% in June from the previous month. 10-year Treasury yield is hovering around 4.36%. For the U.S. stocks, S&P 500 rose 0.27% and the Nasdaq Composite inched higher 0.09%. Both of them closed at a record highs on Thursday. According to the National Federation of Independent Business, the NFIB Small Business Optimism Index fell slightly from 98.8 in May to 98.6 in June. The NFIB chief economist Bill Dunkelberg said, quote, "Small business optimism remained steady in June while uncertainty fell. Taxes remain the top issue on Main Street, but many others are still concerned about labor quality and high labor costs." Dan Niles, the founder of Niles Investment Management, had an interview with CNBC on Wednesday and said, quote, "Training spending is slowing down, but you finally had inference spending picking up. You had inference demand really start to take off." Google talked about the fact that in the month of May, the tokens that they were generating were up 50 times year over year. Microsoft, they came out and said, "Hey, we have a 5x increase in the number of tokens we're generating." That's not unreasonable for a company that's growing revenues, probably for the next several years. They can probably grow it at about 20%. According to the U.S. Department of Labor, the number of Americans claiming unemployment benefits decreased from 232,000 to 227,000 in the week ending July 5th. However, the number of Americans receiving benefits after an initial week of aid increased from 1,955,000 to 1,965,000 in the week ending June 28th. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company Limited announced Thursday that its monthly net revenue decreased 17.7% from 320,516 million new Taiwan dollars in May to 263,709 million new Taiwan dollars in June, up 26.9% from 207,869 million new Taiwan dollars in June last year. So we can find its second quarter revenue would be 933.79 billion new Taiwan dollars, up 11% from the previous quarter. 10-year Treasury yield rose after the U.S. Department of Labor reported the weekly jobless claims at 8:30 a.m. Thursday. Then it's hovering around 4.36%. The dollar index also rose after the weekly jobless claims were released. For the U.S. stocks, S&P 500 rose 0.27% and the Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 0.43%. The tech-heavy Nasdaq added 0.09%. Both the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq Composite closed at the record highs on Thursday. Okay, this is the end of today's news. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend.